Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar today on From TradFi to DeFi, how crypto is reshaping the industry. We'd like to thank our Alpaca leaders for being here today. And this webinar is meant to provide you with more context about how the industry is shifting from traditional finance to decentralized finance and how crypto is reshaping that industry. So the agenda for today's presentation is an overview of the current and future state of crypto. We're going to talk a bit about how the industry is moving from traditional finance to decentralized finance, future of crypto regulation, as well as how you can use Alpaca to create your own crypto trading app. So I am your host for today, Krista Gruber, and I'm a sales operations manager here at Alpaca. We also have Crest Seichow, our director of marketing, as a moderator who will help field questions at the end of the presentation. Passing it along to our speakers to introduce themselves. Jason, we'll have you go first.
Hi, I'm Jason. My title here is Crypto Growth, but Jeff here on the panel likes to call me the Crypto Evangelist. So I'm really just involved with any combo crypto related. I don't know if you saw a GIF of an alpaca person dancing in front of our Nasdaq ad in Times Square. That's me. If you haven't, you can check that out on our official Twitter or Discord at Alpaca Web3. You can also interact directly with me there.
Hi, my name's Jeff, VP of Partnerships here at Alpaca, mostly dealing with strategic partnerships. Anyone who wants to partner with Alpaca, send us some customers. Happy to talk.
Hi, this is Abel, Group Product Manager here. I'm focusing, and my group is focusing on cryptos especially. So if you have any questions, fire away during the speaking event here, and we'll try to do my best to answer all of your questions. Thanks.
All right, thank you, everyone. And moving into the presentation, Jason, I'll pass it over to you.
Awesome. Before we dive into our webinar, let's quickly define what TradFi and DeFi are for those who aren't already trading crypto. TradFi, also known as traditional finance, is how our mainstream financial system and institutions operate. TradFi is usually associated with a high degree of centralization. So think banks, hedge funds, or brokerages, for example. DeFi, on the other hand, or decentralized finance, is a collective term for financial products or services that are accessible to anyone with just a wallet and internet connection. There's no middleman like the banks that we just mentioned in TradFi. Instead, the markets are open and almost no one can block payments or deny access to trading, in the exception that there are some unique smart contracts on certain DeFi protocols. But again, no intermediaries like banks that would kind of come in and block those transactions. Looking back at the past year for crypto, 2021 was a huge year for crypto. One very unique trend that we've noticed, many of the top coins outperformed Bitcoin. For all the previous years, we've seen high correlation between TradFi and crypto. So if stocks went down by 10%, crypto would go down around 10%. And then within crypto, all altcoins, which are coins and tokens that aren't Bitcoin, kind of follow Bitcoin's market trend as well. So if Bitcoin dropped 10%, Ethereum and other coins would also drop around 10%. But that hasn't been the case lately. Ethereum greatly outperformed Bitcoin in 2021 by at least 10 times more. And we would attribute that to just like the growth in DeFi and the booming of NFTs. Memes also were a new category, like Dogecoin. You might have seen Elon talking about it on Twitter, and he kind of brought utility to Dogecoin and be like, yeah, we'll start accepting Dogecoin for Tesla for a few months, and then now we won't. And there's a subcategory of all of these other dog coins like Shiba Inu, Akita Inu, Baby Doge, Bone Leash is definitely one. But yeah, there's a whole subset of categories. Oh, there's also Floki, which I've also interviewed previously, which is apparently the name of Elon's dog. And now they're building schools in Africa. So pretty interesting stuff happening in the meme space. Diving into NFTs a little more, that's probably what powered the insane growth in Ethereum. If you don't already own one, you might have heard of Bored Apes and the team behind it called Yuga Lab. They raised $450 million at a 4B evaluation. And there was also this mint last week, other side, where you could create or own a piece of land, not create, but own pieces of land in this metaverse that they're building. Interesting stuff happened. Almost $100 million went to transaction fees because of suboptimal smart contract writing, but we could have that discussion in Discord. And there's this other space that ties into NFTs that basically a new economy within gaming that we call GameFi. You have these NFTs that basically make in-game assets a little more liquid and transferable. Think like maybe you've been playing World of Warcraft for like 10 years but you don't want to play that anymore. You can transfer your character to maybe for some skins on League of Legends, who knows? But one of the most notable games, Axie Infinity, built for crypto and super popular in Southeast Asia, where I think the top countries are Philippines and Vietnam, where people would own these Axies, these little blob 3 pets, and then they play this game every day and they kind of earn more by staying home, grinding on them, rather than taking up a real job. It's profitable for them. And for you, if you're interested in kind of getting into it, I've met these guild leaders in North America. Basically, they help organize 200, 300 gamers in Southeast Asia, and then you find an efficient way to kind of farm that yield together. And then there's the metaverse, which GameFi and NFTs all kind of fall under. Word is Zuck would not stop talking about it. Whether the technology here is here or not could be up for debate, but some of these platforms are kind of out of beta and being actively worked on and improved upon. Can't deny that the money and volume are going into it. And if we look at something like Decentraland, JP Morgan has a space in it, Samsung had their product launch, and the Australian Open had some activities in it. So what's next for crypto? We've seen lately the Biden administration have shown a particular interest in stablecoin regulation, but they really just want to regulate everything. I used to work for a crypto exchange, so we had to follow these rules really closely, except for the hard ban in China. If you were in any other country, you would have tons of options for crypto trading. But in the States, regulations vary from state to state. But don't worry, if you want to launch some crypto trading app, Alpaca's got you. We're the ones following the rules, getting behind the licenses. Crypto ETFs. We've actually just done a podcast a couple weeks ago interviewing Amun. They're based in Manhattan. They're like ex-ARK Invest guys working on DeFi index tokens. Their parent company is 21 shares, and they've issued these Bitcoin ETPs, exchange traded products. Quoting them, since January 1st of 2021, Bitcoin has been up 32%, while Ethereum is up like 280, whereas S&P 500 index is only up like 11%. So this is one way for you to get into crypto if you don't want to do like high frequency trading, or you just want to hold a piece of that in your portfolio. Broader institution buy-in adoption. Yeah, we've seen and heard news that PayPal and Square are going into this. I was just at Bitcoin Miami last month, and Cash App was the biggest sponsor there. So a lot of crypto developments are going to DeFi and Web3, and collectively total money deposited into these DeFi protocols have surpassed $200 billion in the past year. I'll pass it on to Jeff so we can cover how the industry is moving from TradFi to CFi to maybe DeFi, and how sort of Alpaca fits into all this.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. So just want to throw in another quick definition here, just to tack on to what Jason already mentioned regarding TradFi and DeFi. In between those two, we have CFi, or centralized finance, which is the centralized exchanges and platforms like FTX or Binance that have emerged to provide some of the benefits of digital assets, along with some of the ease and security provided by traditional financial systems. We're definitely seeing a lot more movement from traditional institutions becoming more open and accepting of cryptocurrencies, and moving the needle very slightly towards DeFi. We had Fidelity just recently announcing that they plan to allow 401k account holders to allocate up to 20% of their portfolios to Bitcoin. We also had Stripe returning to the crypto space by not only allowing payments related to crypto, but also paying out to creators in USDC. But as much as it's a discussion of TradFi moving towards DeFi, it's also a discussion of DeFi moving towards TradFi. So, traditional institutions, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, they're adding crypto exposure for their wealth management clients. But you also have exchanges like Kraken that are picking up bank charters and moving more into the traditional space. So really what we're seeing is how things are probably going to be for the foreseeable future, which is just a spectrum of financial instruments blending in all three areas. As it stands today, Alpaca sits within the CFI space. We'll be keeping an eye on the DeFi, and in the future, it could potentially venture further into that space. And just to touch a little bit more on the regulation piece that Jason had kind of covered, the crypto regulation right now definitely varies greatly region by region. You have China where it's outright banned, Brazil where it's currently relatively open or unregulated, though they do have a bill currently going through the legislative process as we speak that will probably change things. Currently in the US, New York has the strictest regulation with their BIT license. Other states, crypto exchanges fall under money transmitter regulations. But as Jason said, at the federal level, President Biden signed an executive order earlier this year to develop a digital asset strategy. So we should have more details coming throughout the year. And now I'll kick it off to Abel to go over how Alpaca can help you in the crypto space.
Yeah, so all the app developers and startups who have joined us and are interested in building a crypto app or just offering additional capabilities within their app that opens up, crypto trading for your own users, we'll go through some steps to what you can do. At present, Alpaca Crypto LLC offers crypto for broker API, which is designated for people who would like to build or expand their current offering to enable access to more than 20 popular crypto coins. These are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Shiba Inu, and we're completely integrated with the rest of the broker API functionality. What this really means that you can also facilitate P2P transfers within your app. You can, do additional KYC onboarding capabilities that our broker API offers. So crypto trading is one piece of the entire suite, the API suite that we offer. And both international and domestic businesses can utilize this broker API. We offer a transparent integration between crypto and stock, as discussed before, through a uniformed API. This really hasn't been a thing, or not many do it this way, where you could call the same endpoint and submit both a stock or a crypto order, and also where you get market data and the entire end-to-end API suite for you to offer both equities and enable financial access to your own users. Just highlighting a few key features that we're really proud of at Alpaca. And we think that these are one of the main things that you should choose Alpaca is our OMS actually. So we have up to, let's say, execution speed of less than 1.5 milliseconds, which is really competitive. And also we do have an uptime of 99.95%. And additional to the 20 crypto coins that we offer, we do support full disclosed setups in more than 49 US states across the US, which can be really beneficial for apps building in the US. Moving on to the next slide. So how would you go about enabling crypto trading for your own users? Our API documentation is actually accessible on our website, so you can review this information that I will be talking about there. Generally, you would start with submitting the user and KYC information to Alpaca through the account API. So there's two setups for the KYC you can choose to do. One is owning the KYC entirely on your end, or trusting Alpaca with that, because we have multiple vendors that we work with on the KYC side, and we can enable your app for this KYC as a service setup, where you just submit the user information and Alpaca does the KYC and presents you with the information with the result of the KYC. The other route is that you do the KYC on your end and submit the information that you received by the third-party provider to Alpaca. Once you've done this, you need to additionally show the crypto agreement in the app to your end user. So once they finish the onboarding flow, you would have them sign the agreement and you submit that in a digital signature, the timestamp and the IP address of the agreement to Alpaca. Once this too is essentially submitted to us, then we will enable your end user to trade crypto. We have a specific status in the account API that I want to highlight, because this drives essentially whether you're going to be able to facilitate trades for your end user. This is the crypto status in our API. And once this attribute becomes active, that's when your end user can start trading crypto. You would look at this on the streaming events, server-side events that we send out. And also you can pull our API to continuously look at the updating of this status. Once you're done with this, actually, your user can start submitting orders and do crypto trades. And as discussed before, other than the trading, we have a multitude of different possibilities within the broker API suite. So you can, do journals or essentially P2P transfers across your users and other functionalities. But as for the crypto trading, this is the initial flow. So this shows how easy it is to set up your user for trading. Also, one addition before moving on to the next slide, we do have a specific partnership with FTX. So we do provide a really deep liquidity, and generally the slippage is less than other venues. So yeah, happy to answer any questions if you have any.
All right. Thank you to our speakers. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes to submit any questions they might have, so our speakers can answer them in real time. Otherwise, you can also submit questions to sales@alpaca.markets and connect with us that way if you're interested in having deeper conversations about our broker API crypto or for crypto. All right. Nathan asks, how many coins are available for trading?
We have over 20 coins that is available for trading, and we're looking into continuously adding new coins. So if you have any suggestions, we'll definitely vet the project and look at it, whether there are possibilities to list it.
Thanks, Abel. Is there anywhere where they can find that list of coins, or should they reach out to us for more detailed information?
Yeah, good question. It's actually in our documentation, so it can be reviewed there. You can also use our assets API. So if you pull specifically the asset class crypto, you'll see all of these coins listed there.
All right. Another coin related question. Are all the coins through FTX?
Currently, yes. And we'll see how that goes in the future.
All right.
Our friends at FTX just added NEAR today, so we might be adding that soon.
Okay, cool. We've got another question there. Is Alpaca considering adding coin to coin pair along with coin to USD pair?
As if someone was reading our minds. Yes, we are. It's on our roadmap.
All right. Thank you, Abel. Check the chat and questions again here. Is there an arrangement for those who want to get investors, I'm assuming, to invest in their algo? If you want to submit that to the sales@alpaca.markets, we can have someone reach out to you on that. Someone's asking if crypto trading is available in all US states.
Yes, except New York.
Follow up to the previous question, are there any plans to get a New York BIT license or an ETA?
I think we'd love your feedback on this because it's a lot of effort to get it. So we're weighing kind of expanding internationally versus putting more resources just to enable New York.
Thanks, Jason. Another question, is solo 401k or trust account supported by Alpaca yet?
Good question. Not yet, but we're looking into how we can support this in the future.
Thank you, Abel. All right, get the last of the questions in here now. I don't think there's anything else right at the moment. I'll just flick through to the additional resources here. These are links to our Learn page and our Discord community, as well as our broker API documentation. As I mentioned, please keep in touch. You can visit us on our website or send us an email to sales@alpaca.markets, and someone from our wonderful sales team will reach out to you. And here are some disclosures. These are also on our website, typical things for the industry. A couple more questions here. Are we actively considering other exchanges for crypto and specifically Gemini?
So we want to continuously add liquidity to our crypto offering. And Jeff, as to Gemini, maybe you can answer that.
Nothing definite on any of the exchanges quite yet, but we'll definitely keep you guys apprised as we start adding more exchanges.
All right. I think with that, we are good to end the webinar. Thank you all for attending today, for your questions and answers to our polls and things. We hope to see you on our next webinar. Keep an eye on your emails for invites and notices about that. All right. So thanks again, everyone, and keep an eye out for the replay in your inbox shortly after the event ends and invites to future webinars. Thanks and have a great day.